All right, we are Andy and Renee from cookingchew.com, and we're here to talk to you about sides for steak today. Take it over.
Thanks for joining us. This is our second video ever, so bear with us as we work out all of the cooking and the chewing.
The cooking and the chewing?
The cooking and the chewing. So what I want to talk about is the sides for steak, and we have recently updated our blog post called 102 sides for steak, and we really love to have steak at home, and you guys are, I'm sure, are familiar with how expensive it's gotten to
Well, I'll be
out.
honest, I actually prefer to have steak not at home. Somebody else cooking it is even better.
Right.
But not always feasible. Start with a good steak.
Start with a good steak. This one happens to be from Wild Fork, which is a delivery service that we really like. They are not paying us to say that.
Absolutely not.
Yet.
I
We
wish
will
they
tell
would.
you. We will tell you if that happens. But right now, we just really appreciate having really high quality meats delivered to the house. You can go to the store, but we really like it.
Good steak is expensive, of course, but if you start with a good steak, then you can kind of make the sides a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And by the way, one of the things that makes this a particularly good steak, there's no way I can really show this in the video, but it's thick. I think a thick steak cooks better. You can cook it slower and get it to a more better medium rare state.
Sear it first and time it based on your the thickness. This one is pretty large. It's almost 2 inches thick, and this one happens to be a ribeye boneless. So because without the bone, it is going to cook a little faster.
That's true.
For a ribeye that is boneless, that is that thick. Sear it, and then you're going to probably cook it 7 minutes on each side, depending on if you want medium rare, which
Medium
is how
rare,
we like it.
yeah.
But I'm getting off track. I want to talk about sides.
Yeah,
If
we're not
you-
here to actually talk about the steak, but the steak is the
we do
star of the show.
love the steak. So
So-
in this particular case, though, we do want to talk about some of the sides, and there are 2 parts to this video. One is the sides that you make yourself, and if you go to our website and look for the sides for steak, you can see things like
We have 102
there are
side
102,
ideas.
and of course, everybody, I'm not gonna say everybody, but most people really find that any kind of potato dish is
Yeah.
really going to make a steak just really pop. Our very first one is an oven baked potato.
So obvious, but you have to
It's
put it in
obvious.
list. I remember when we were making this list, I was like, do we even have to put it in there? But you do, because honestly, sometimes you forget the obvious things, and it's nice to have. These lists are terrific reminders. They're supposed to be idea generators for you guys. Of
Right,
what to
and
come up with.
some of them are ours, our own, like air fryer baked sweet potatoes. I think this one is ours, right?
Yeah, and
that's
the
one of
air
ours.
fryer, I don't know if you can see it.
Air fryer does
Yeah.
amazing things to potatoes. So if you don't have one, I highly recommend that you add an air fryer to your small appliance arsenal.
We have 2 in the house right now, and for a meal like this, it's not uncommon for us to crank them both up, just because we can cook so much more, and we live in Texas, and it's really ridiculously hot.
Right, and it saves a lot of energy and
Yeah.
time. So this is a garnet sweet potato. You can.
What does that mean?
Just means it's a little more red than your average run-of-the-mill sweet potato.
It's also very small. It's slender and skinny.
And that's just because of the type of sweet potato. But
Did you get this from We?
I did.
Ah, okay.
I did, and I got Yukon potatoes from them as well. You can get these in most grocery stores, and there are recipes for
These
that on
are
the site.
gold. These are gold potatoes, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that means they're more yellow than, well, there's so many kinds of potatoes.
There are.
Why do we have these? Like, what makes these special?
They're generally richer and more buttery tasting.
Oh.
From a nutrient perspective, I'm not sure. But something else that we talk about in our top picks for sides that are packaged that you can buy commercially at the store, which is part of the ease of preparing a steak meal for yourself and your family, is adding some things that are easy, saving you some time.
Oh, yeah.
We use bag salad a lot.
Oh, big fans.
This is not necessarily our favorite brand of bag salad. We do like Taylor Farms, we do like Dole. This one is fine.
Where do you get Taylor Farms?
Great question.
Don't know.
I think you can get them at Walmart, but
Okay.
I'm not sure where else. You know, there's a lot of
Yeah.
bag salad.
I get really
Ours is-
picky about the bag salad because I'm kind of weird. So if I can look at the salad and see any brown, then I don't want it anymore. But if it looks fresh, like we just bought this one yesterday, we'll eat the heck out of this thing.
Right. In fact, we need to get it back in the fridge pretty soon, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
This is a bag of frozen Brussels sprouts,
Gross.
which, I mean, you know, you take what you can, you know, you get what you like, right?
Yeah.
So Brussels sprouts are a great option frozen, a little more high maintenance fresh, but they're, if you love Brussels sprouts, that's the way to go.
My family loves these things. I am not a fan, but they're really popular with steak.
They do taste a little bit like farts, but you know, I won't
But
expound
you
on that.
like to cook them with bacon, right?
I do, and
Yeah.
sometimes balsamic vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
These are just hash brown patties, which, you know, these are great for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you
Absolutely.
these go great with everything, and everything from eggs to steak to
Or steak and
vegetables.
eggs.
Steak and
Yeah,
eggs.
but I agree. I think you can cook these in the air fryer, and people don't expect to see them next to a steak dinner, but people are always so excited. If you serve someone hash browns, people just get a little child giddy. Like, I don't know, it's just something about it.
It's only one step away from French fries, really.
I guess that's true. And here's my favorite.
Texas toast is something that I hadn't really thought about until recently when we were working on
so good.
recipes about how to heat these up in the air fryer. You can find it on our website at cookingchew.com. Just type in Texas toast and you'll see how to heat this up in an air fryer, and you get some beautifully toasted Texas toast. These are available at almost any store that I can think of.
Yeah.
They have they have a really great buttery coating, which is really what makes it stand out.
Is there a bit of irony that it says New York Bakery
Little
Texas toast? I think that's particularly interesting because what was it? The Pace commercial when we were kids? Not
New
from
York City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It would be hilarious if it was a Texas brand of New York toast, but you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
This stuff has an excellent garlic butter coating on both sides, and of course that the seasoning and the butter makes it particularly delicious. So we highly recommend it with as a side for steak.
Now, on our article, 102, it's not just the things you would expect. We really dug deep to try to come up with some unusual ideas as well. So if you go to the article, I think you'll definitely get inspired by a variety of different things. Like savory mashed sweet potatoes. I don't know about you guys, but until I made the recipe for Cooking Chew, I had never had it. One of the things I love about running this blog is she's the cook. But I make a lot of the recipes because that way it's a good way to test them to see how they really work out, because I'm not a cook, or not as talented anyway.
Well, and you cook just fine. I think that for me though, I grew up cooking. I grew up with a large Italian family, and so we were always experimenting in the kitchen. We were always cooking and eating together and talking about the food that we enjoy. And it helps to have that, you know, that sort of origin story in food. So for me, you know, it's just stuff that I love. Savory mashed sweet potatoes has both a sweet and savory nature to them because it is very herby. I believe that in this we include a lot of rosemary and thyme, and it really elevates the savory part of the potato, so that if you're not a fan of sweet potatoes, you'll really enjoy it. It's number 4 in our sides for steak article. Everything from cheesy garlic biscuits, which
are so delicious.
They are really good. They are really good.
Yeah.
Bread, of course, is a great pairing for steak.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, Texas toast, biscuits, all kinds of stuff. So
I hope we're having steak later.
well, I mean, there it is.
Yeah.
So
arugula salad too. By the way, arugula is so just phenomenal, and it's got that peppery flavor to it, so it complements the steak so well. It's just so good.
Well, and that's a good point because our recipe for the simple arugula salad is just a simple lemon, honey, salt, pepper kind of dressing, and you just arugula.
It's very simple to make.
It's very simple, and if you do like arugula, you can toss it right before you serve it. You don't want it to sit around. Arugula is very delicate.
Yes, but it also looks really gorgeous on the table next to the steak.
That's true.
So put it in a really pretty bowl if you have one.
Right. Just don't. It won't last. So don't expect your pre-tossed arugula to.
Yeah, it's not as hearty as something like butter lettuce.
Right, that's true.
You can put that butter lettuce salad together in advance and put it on the table, and it's going to stay for a little while.
Yeah.
But
So we do have a selection of salads on the site. In this particular article, you can see things like wedge salad.
I love wedge salad.
We're big fans of blue cheese. If you're a big fan of blue cheese too, then you might find that this is a great both a topper for a steak, which of course we have that.
Yeah.
We have that too on the site if you want to see.
Oh yeah,
the
steak
toppers.
toppings. Yeah, we
Steak
have a
toppings.
great steak toppings article.
And a lot of steaks deserve that extra pop on top, as I like to call it. Everything
Pop on
from
top. I like
Steak
that.
Oscar, which has crab, and there's
Oh,
garlic,
so
there's mushrooms, which is my personal favorite, things like that. You can tell we love food, right? If you figured it out by now.
Yeah. We genuinely love the food that we put on this site.
Right.
And we love sharing other people's recipes. A lot of these recipes are not even ours. They're just ones that we link to share because people just make, Greek rice. That's a good one.
That is a
Greek
good
rice
one.
is a good one. An
take a
unusual
look.
thing to put with steak. Who is the blogger for this one? Oh, I think our
Let's
internet's
see.
down.
Let me
Our
take
internet
a
is down.
look. Now let me switch our internet over. Let's see.
Oh no, reload. Buns in my oven.
Buns in My Oven has made a Greek rice. It's a lemon Greek rice recipe, which looks very
Just gorgeous.
like a really nice, flavorful. If you're a really, if you're a rice fan and you don't want
I
to,
am.
just this is a good opportunity to make your own without a lot of steps and a lot of ingredients. It's bunsinmyoven.com. She's doing a really nice, flavorful rice here, and not every pre-flavored rice package is going to be a good one. I had something the other day that was a Spanish rice packet.
Yeah.
Wasn't great. I wouldn't get it again.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, so sometimes it really is a good thing to make it yourself.
Yeah, having seasonings around is a bit expensive, but it's a great Christmas gift.
That's
seasonings.
true.
Yeah.
We did a few giveaways that included whole spice racks.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested in that kind of giveaway again, we'd love to know. If you have any interest, we sometimes do that, and then we just kind of stop for a while, but we think that it was really popular. Spices are one of those things that kind of feels luxurious,
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a
So-
luxury item. I mean, growing up, as I became an adult, it took me a long time to accumulate a lot of spices in the house. So they definitely feel like a luxury. But yeah. Well, listen, we could talk about this all day, but we should probably let everyone get back to it. Hopefully you go eat and enjoy every bite. CookingChew.com.